Hey, just got out of emergency surgery. Um, just want to thank God first of all for the people that were strangers that um really helped me get this done. I'm forever indebted. Um, you know, um, I will never get into intimate details of my personal life, but I just want to ask everyone to pray for all of my loved ones, because each of us are by proxy going through a difficult time by um, these horrific things that have been happening, and uh, I just my mental health has just been horrendous, and combine that with um, benzodiazepine use mainly, other drugs as well. It's just um, I don't know what to say. Just like to pray for everyone. Everyone is suffering right now, and so today's my um birthday, and it's time to put this behind me. The scariest thing potentially is a bladder fistula. But even if that is the case, then I'll deal with it. I did get some UTIs that were seemed to be immune to septin there, so that's obviously a little scary, and that just made my mental state so much worse. Of course, the pain of that. Anyways, I've had surgery 3 times in, I believe, a month. I'm not quite sure. Short period of time, and I just had another surgery, emergency surgery, today. So, well, I can't speak on others. I do speak on myself and saying that this is definitely a rock bottom for me, and I just wish I realized how to deal with these illnesses better. You'd think I would have learned by now, but I still just I succumb to that. I succumb to own immaturity that that exists without the mental illness. Um, I can be a rough dude. I can have a temper sometimes, and just um, I get shocked at myself sometimes, but I've written out goals to try to seriously fix this. The first is I've been focusing on this for a long time, and I won't speak too much on it because I think it is a very personal thing, but it's just we used to find God, and not God necessarily in a general sense, more Judeo-Christian sense, though that's always been the hardest. I've always been I've been a believer, a firm believer in God for quite some time, but not always. but overall, everyone has their doubts and times. And that's sustained me through things I've witnessed. I just never thought I would, never in a million years, and just yeah. So pragmatically, there's a chance. It's looking like increasingly so, because I keep getting these blockages that my J pouch is like twisted. So that was presented to me, and then kind of my surgeon said no, and then he kind of, it's like it could be. So yeah, that's but that doesn't mean I'm gonna lose it. As I was first told, you can just have, it may take multiple abdominal surgeries. The fistula thing, very frustrating, very weird. It's something I suspected. In fact, it kind of reached its peak at Tbilisi, honestly, like before I left. Just insane, because wasn't passing air out of it, with recent development, but I was passing other stuff that just, like, literally, like, hairs. It's just so odd. I just can't tell you. And anyways, I'm on oxygen indefinitely, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to get off of it in about a month. We'll see how that goes. I significantly damaged my lungs due to asphyxiation in the hospital on my own vomit, because I had this severe blockage, and once that happened, you just vomit endlessly. I've never experienced that before. So things have been, like I said, just very difficult for me, and very difficult for everyone around me. And I haven't been the leader I wanted to be for so long. I've been, again, feel like a parasite, unfortunately. I just want to do everything I can to break out. Whatever happens, whether I do this on my own or not. But all I can say is I have to get off all these drugs. The benzos is the only one I'm truly addicted to. I have lapses with other things when things got super bad, but that's the main one. It's by far the hardest to get off. I made a huge strides. I went to rehab for that, but it's only a 5-day program, and it got to the point where Librium was out of my system, and I was getting shakes again. But I mean, compared to what I was on before, and then compared to so I had to cut what I was on before in half. Then basically got further. Once I went to the rehab program, I cut that even more, maybe in half again. I'm not quite sure. So I tried to just, this is recently just having to force me to go back on, because it's just too dangerous. So, just kind of waiting to see. It's going to take a few months minimum to get back. First thing I've got to, I was on a like, I won't go into how bad it was in the hospital, but just straight up delirium, extreme pain, extreme leakage, just horrific. So they put me on a ton of opiates, and then with my memory, it's gonna be the worst withdrawal I've had in probably 5 or 6 years. It's like if I go on them for a week, it's significant. Crazily enough, that's what happens when in my past prescribed, talking 200, 300 milligrams of oxycodone a day when I was basically on palliative care. That I was gonna die sent me back from the hospital, blah, blah, blah. So we're just gonna have to wait. I'm gonna update, hopefully with some good news. I'm finally kind of getting back to feeling a little bit like myself, because I've just been a husk. It's been so much drama, just health-wise alone. Not to mention, if it was just health-wise, it wouldn't be rock bottom, but just combined with these personal issues, and all I can ask for is your prayers. And of course, I'll never speak on intimate details involving anyone else publicly. But yeah, my goal is to obviously that's step one. Then really just keep putting on the bendos. I've made so much progress on that. I'm very excited that, and once I'll be able to finally come out completely, it'll just be, I mean, this stuff just changes your personality dramatically. And if you do end up indulging, which is such an easy thing to do, even though they don't get you high, it's just taking over and over, more and more and more, just before you know it. It's a common thing with it. It's just the nastiest drug, but break out of that. And then I'm monitoring for fistula, seeing how that goes. And then I have a round 2 of phage therapy. Round 1 worked excellent, but with over 3 years of UTIs, they expected I would probably have to run. They were really hoping, especially with how well I responded, that would just be 1 course, but they're like, realistically, it could definitely be 2 or 3. They said the worst they'd ever seen was 4. So 2 or 3 is reasonable. But obviously, if I have an underlying condition of bladder fistula, that makes things a bit more complicated. But again, if I actually do have this now, it's actually going to start developing. It's very possible that I had this where it would come and go, and now it's like actually like there for keeps, if that makes sense. That was something that was presented to me a while ago and was represented by the doctor who's actually really good at the hospital. So got a lot going on, but one step at a time. I still think there's definitive hope, and so I'm just gonna really just push through this. I'm a pain every day, if I didn't mention. Just get off all this stuff, and then really get back to working. I'm have to be humble about this. I haven't worked consistently for quite some time now, so it's like even making $500 a month, on my own terms, of course. And then if I get more stable, I could even add in a part-time job, full-time job, because I couldn't care less. Like I said, you can't be prideful about this. I can't be like, oh, when I was this age, I was doing this, and now look, it's like, that's life, these health condition stuff, and it just really, really held me back. So yeah, I just want to really focus on relationship with God and Christ. I just want to make that just $500 a month, but especially if I had another job, obviously some more, but maybe back to 1,000 real quick. Who knows? Just depends on how everything goes. And what else? Get back. Hopefully my mind will clear, and then I'll be able to back to reading. I can easily get through 2 to 5 books a week. And we're not talking about bogus books. We're talking about quality books. I say 2 to 5 because sometimes if it's even, it may be I don't know. If it's like 1,000 pages, I'll count that as 2 books. I can still do that in a week, 1,000 pages. So get back to that. Just like, man, I just when just the small amount of times when I'm feeling decent, I can just get a nice walk every day. Oh man, if I could get back to working on the gym, that would just be so killer. I'm so underweight, but I don't have the joint pain, so it's like really is feasible if I get on carnivore, go back on phage again. I'll be able to start slowly but surely working out and building up my body again. Like I mean, I used to be 40 pounds heavier, if you know anything about bodybuilding, look at my hand, wrists. I can't really show you because they're all covered in the hospitals. there's still there's still the band from the hospital before, and then here's the new bands. I don't even have scissors. So, yeah. So like working half the day, which is such a blessing to be able to do that within the confines of not having that stress necessarily of having to make very much, just still working on going after my dreams and getting back to educating myself and just working out. It's like, man, I just enjoy life doing that so much. So despite the pain that I will deal with, etc., if I could have those blessings, it's just I would enjoy living life. And we'll see about how everything works out. But I know it's been a while. I've had so many posts planned, but it's just everything just keeps changing, and so whatever I can deal with, whatever health wise, and just appreciate everyone listening. Just I just hope everyone is truly all right. I do want to spread love in this world. That's my goal. There's no this negative stuff that comes through these things. It's absolutely not what I want to do. It's just very unfortunate. I'm going to definitely be making counseling a priority, and just a lot of things I just haven't matured in, because at least I like to think of in many ways I am mature, but in many ways I just are stunted, because it's I have been living life, but at the same time I've just been stunted. You just said spending with all this stuff, and maybe it's time to, no matter what happens, stop letting that stunt me. It's what you can do when you're with the human spirit is just beyond our imagination, and that can be change, and that can be forgiveness, and that can just be everything. Love, just nobility. So this video is long enough. So I'll be updating a bit, hopefully with some bit of good luck, and thank you. Peace.